where Gangadhar Pandit was very much impressed on seeing the intelligence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that how was very expert in refuting the statements of his guru, at the same time proving that the statement what he has refuted, giving explanation, proving it to be true. And even though there were thousands of boys who have studied under Gangadhar's Pandit, there was none like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The 39th verse, 8th chapter. Sabare chalaye Prabhu, Fanki jigyasiya, Shishu gyani keha kichu, na bole hasiya. So now Lord challenged other boys also, even elder boys also. But they would consider the Lord just like a child, Shishu gyani, and simply smile at him. Yai mata pratidina padiya shuniya, Ganga snani chale nija, vayasya Layya. So every day after the school, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go along with his friends to take bath in Ganga. Padiyara antanahi Navadvipe pure, Padiya madhyane sabe Ganga snana kare. So Navadvipa pure, there were many Padiyare here refers to, there were many boys, many students, Paduyara, Anta Nahi. Innumerable students were there in Navdeepa. They all used to take bath in midday. At the time of the Lord, there were many schools in Navdeep, wherein innumerable students from various provinces studied the scriptures. The area of Navdeep at that time stretched northeast up to Dipachandrapura. Next. एको अध्यापहेर सहस्र शिष्यगण अन्योन्ये कतः अन्योन्ये कलह करेणानुक्षलम्. So every teacher had many schools and every teacher had thousands of students, and all those students would regularly challenge one another. प्रथमे वयस प्रभु स्वभावे चंचल पड़िया गणेर सह करेन कुंडल. Mahaprabhu was young, restless, and he would also argue, or you can say quarrel with other students. The word prathama vayasa refers to boyhood. He is Kumar Avastha, boyhood. Keha bole tora kona guru kona buddhi tar, keha bole yehi dekha ami shishya yar. Somebody used to challenge, like some boy used to come and say, your teacher is not very learned. Another would say, see whose disciple I am. They used to quarrel with each other. Yehi mata alpe alpe haya gala gali. Tobe jala fela feli, tobe deya bali. So they would quarrel with each other with all bad, abusing words. And then they used to splash water on each other and then throw sand at one another. Tabe haya maramari ye haya yahara pare kardana feli yaharo gaye ke hamare. Sometimes they used to beat each other. They used to throw mud at one another. Just see how they used to behave. Raja radohai diya kehakare dhare Maria palaya keha gangar upare. So some boy used to be he used to act like a king. He would catch another boy. Somebody used to beat another and then swim across Ganga to safety. So the word Gangar upare referred to the present-day city of Navdeep, Pulia, and the village of Ramchandrapura. Eta hura huri kore padiya sakala bali kada maya saba haya Ganga jala. And then they used to wrestle. They wrestled so intensely that water of Ganga became full of sand and mud. So that is how they used to play kushti. Wrestling means kushti. जल भरिवार नाही पारे नारीगण ना पारे करीत स्नान ब्राह्मण सज्जन. So the girls used to come for filling the pots at that time. They could not do because the whole Ganga used to become muddy with the sand. And the Brahmanas who used to come for taking bath, even they could not take bath. Paramachanchala Prabhu Vishwambararaya Ye Mata Prabhu Prati Ghate Ghate Yaya. And Vishwambar was very chanchal and very restless. What he used to do, he used to go to each bathing pot, each bathing ghate ghate. So there were many ghats like Barakhona Ghat, Madai Ghat, Naragiya Ghat, and many other ghats. Prati Ghate Paluyara Antanahi Pai Thakura Kalahat Kore Prati Thali Thani. So at each ghat there were innumerable students, and the Lord debated at every ghat. Prati Ghate Yaya Prabhu Gangaya Santari Eko Ghate Tuichari Danda Krida Kari. So Lord used to swim in each ghat and then used to enjoy debating 1 or 2 hours. Yata yata Pramanika Paviyaragana Tara Bole Kalaha Kalaha Ki Karana. The senior students used to talk to the boys. Hey, why you all are arguing? Pramanika means knowledgeable, mature, principal, expert. So mature boys used to ask, knowledgeable boys used to say, why you all are arguing? Jigyasa karaha buji, karakona buddhi, vritti, panji tikara, kejani dekhi sushuddhi. So then they used to say, let us see who can explain the proper form of vritti, panji, tika. Let us see what are these words. Vritti means brief explanation of a verse, vritti. Tika, giving purport, explanation of a verse. Panji, so the subject matter has to be poetically presented. It is known as Panji. Vritti, Tika, Panji. Vritti means brief explanation, like how Prabhupada writes translation. That is Vritti. And then comes Tika, that is purport. And then poetic way of expressing the subject, that is known as Kavya. So that is Panji. Panji. Previously, Kayastha used to write Panji. On the Kalapa grammar composed by Sarva Varma, there is a Tika written by Sushena Vidyabhushan, a Panji written by Trilochana Dasa, a Vritti written by Durga Simha. They are all very famous. Gangadas Pandit taught Kalapa grammar to his students headed by Nimai. So the grammar consists of that is Vyakarana, consists of all this. Explanation of the verse, short explanation, translation, that is known as Vritti. So in the Sanskrit study, what you all are going to do now, some devotees have taken admission in the Sanskrit. So word-to-word explanation, translation, then the purport. Now we have the ready-made thing. Whatever is given by Srila Prabhupada, we have the ready-made thing. So see just how Prabhupada has given such a wonderful explanation, then the purport, just because he's expert in Sanskrit. And also pure devotee. Naturally, a pure devotee only can write this. So a pure devotee emphasizes, Srila Prabhupada always emphasizes the study of Sanskrit. So if you study Sanskrit, you can relish more. Now you have a ready-made, but then you know what is Vritti. You can explain the verse. You know where is the grammar put. You know the subject matter. You can present it in a form of a kavya. You can write purports. So now just see any verse which can be understood with a proper grammar, that becomes very easy and relishable also. The word Shuddhi means the pure form, the real truth, the purport, the confidential truth. प्रभु बोले भाल भाल यही कथाय जिज्ञा सुख हमारा यहाँ चित्ते लय. So the Lord told, yes, very good. Ask me what you want. You can ask me what you want. Keha bole, keha bole. एत केने कर अहंकार प्रभु बोले जिज्ञासः ये चित्ते तुम्हारा. So now one of the students asked him, why are you so conceited? Then Nimai told, ask me whatever you like. So in this way, Mahaprabhu used to challenge the elder boys also. So that is what is expertise of Mahaprabhu. He was not afraid of anyone. So that is the meaning. He conceited here refers to he always thinks best of, that he is the best. Is the best of everything. So he said, one of the boys told, why you have that pride? He said, I have pride. So what? You ask me any question, I am prepared to challenge the question. So here in this way, Dhatu Sutra Vakhana Bole se paduya Prabhu bole Vakhaniye Shunamana diya. Okay, the same student then said, who first talked very arrogantly to Mahaprabhu, that you feel that you are the best. And the same student asked, explain the Shastra on verbal roots. Dhatu Sutra Vakhana. Explain it. Explain the Sutra. Dhatu Sutra. The Lord told, okay, listen. Vakhani ye shunamana diya. Listen attentively when I speak. Sarva Shakti Samanvita Prabhu Bhagavana Karilena Sutra Vyakhya Ye Haya Pramana. Then all Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishwambhara started explaining the Shastras. And how? According to the prescribed grammatical rules. This is very, very important. So the perfect evidence and the perfect faith is there. Vyakhyashuni sabe bole prashamsha vashana prabhu bole vashuna kariye khandana. So hearing to his explanation, everybody was surprised. The Lord told, now hear me refute these explanations. Now see, he has given a statement. Now he says, I will prove my statement to be wrong and I will give that explanation also. That means he is not giving anybody any scope of even refuting the statement. He says, I will only refute my statement. You don't worry. I myself will refute the statement and I will see that I prove that statement also. Then, Yata Vyakhya Kaila Taha Dushila Sakala Prabhu Bole Sthapayebe Kara Achebala. Then Lord started refuting his explanation. He then asked, now who can re-establish these explanations? Let me come back to what I spoke. And for that, first you explain. Chamatkara sabai sabiye bhavena mane prabhu bole shunebe kariye sthapana. Now, everybody were against us, surprised to hear Lord speak like this. They were all hearing with wonder, and then Lord started establishing those explanations, re-establishing the statement explanation. Punaha hena vyakhya karilena Gaurachandra sarvamate sundara tathao nahi manda. So he again started giving explanation, establishing these explanations. And he did it in such a wonderful way that nobody could find any fault. Manda refers to fault or excuse or error. Yata saba pramanika paduyaragana santoshe sabai karilena alingana. So all the senior students, they were so satisfied. So what they did? They embraced Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were very, very satisfied. Intelligent persons are satisfied with intelligence. Like somebody is hungry, then he is satisfied by eating the food. If somebody is a jnani, intelligent person, then he is satisfied by knowledge. Paduya sakala bole aji ghare yaya kali ye jigyasi taha bali bharachaha. So the other student told, okay, now for today this is done. Now you go home. Tomorrow again we'll meet. I have many things to ask. Yai mata pratidina janavira jale vaikunthanayaka vidyalase khela khele. So khela khele, Lord enjoyed the pastimes at the bank of Ganga. Yai krida lagiya sarvakya brahaspati shishya saha navadvipe haila utpati. Now, even Brahaspati wants to enjoy the pastimes of Lord and also wants to assist Gaur Sundar. So now Brahaspati took birth in Navadvip along with his disciples. The word Sarvakyaha is another name for the original Vishnu Swami. He appeared at Chandana Vana, Kalyanapura, in the province of Pandya. He is the first Vaishnava Acharya in this age of Kali. He defeated the philosophy of Buddhism and brought Sri Jagannath Dev to Sundarachal 300 years before Christ. A king named Vijaya Pandya took birth. When this Pandya king returned to his province after conquering Sri Purushottama, the Buddhists returned Lord Jagannath to Lachal. A few hundred years later, during the reign of Sundar Pandya, he was reminded of the place where Lord Jagannath was brought while going to conquer the northern province. That place, known as Sundarachal, later became Gundicha. Shortly before this incident, a disciple of Shankaracharya named Padma Padacharya built a matha at the place known as Chhatrabhoga. Later on, this matha was shifted to the shore of the ocean by Sripad Ramanujacharya. There is a book named Sankshepa Sharirika in the Shankara Sampradaya that is said to be written by Sarvagyatma Muni. But this Sarvagyatma Muni cannot be the Sarvagya Muni who established the philosophy of Shuddhadvaita. There is another Sarvagya in the Jain Sampradaya as well. In the disciplic succession of Sarvagya Muni, there were many disciples, including Brahaspati. This is all the history given. So we know there was a king, Vijaya Pandya, who wanted to give his daughter to King Purushottama. Now, when he came to see his son-in-law, he was surprised that his son-in-law is a Jhaduwala, brooming the street. Because that is a quality of the king of Jagannath Puri. They first do the service of brooming the streets. But this Vijaya King Pandya Raja, he criticizingly said, in a very sarcastic way, I am not ready to give my daughter to Jhaduwala. Then he left and went. Now Purushottam, along with all the soldiers, went to conquer Pandya Raja. But they were defeated and they just came back. The Lord appeared in the dreams and told, why you went without even asking me? You should have asked me. I would have helped you. So there's a nice story where Jagannath and Baladev, they ride on the horse to meet the Vijaya King. On the way, they meet a lady who was selling some buttermilk. They drink the buttermilk and give her. They don't have any money to pay, so they give her some ornaments. And there Purushottam Raja is inspired to bring the troops. Before that only Lord goes to Vijaya Raja and actually defeats him. When Purushottam Raja is coming, the king Purushottam is going. At that time, this lady has been told that when the king comes, you give these ornaments and he will give you some cash. King Purushottam is so surprised to see the ornaments of Jagannath and Baladev. He took back the ornaments, gave some money. And when he went to Vijayanagari, at that time he came to know that the king of the Pandya king was completely transformed. He was actually defeated by Balaram, king, by Krishna and Balaram. And he wrote a treaty that I will be giving my daughter to Purushottam king. So the treaty was written. The treaty between Purushottam king and King Pandya happened. So this is a nice story there. Today is Jagannath Snan Yatra, and we always have a fortune to read about a particular event in Chaitanya Bhagavat. This itself shows Chaitanya Bhagavat is a person. So Chaitanya Bhagavat is given by Vasishtha, by Vyasa, who has appeared as Vrindavan Das Thakur. So here Shankaracharya's Padma Padacharya. There's a nice story again behind the disciple and the Guru. Guru wanted the disciple to come to this bank. At that time he says, how am I going to cross? Shankaracharya says, don't worry, you just take a step on the water. When he places a step, there is a lotus which holds his feet. That's why Padma Acharya. He is Padma Padacharya. So there are many beautiful events here. Here Sarvagyaha, which has been told, original Vishnu Swami. But he appeared 300 years before. So that is why here Sarvagyaha refers, there is another Sarvagya in Jain Sampradaya, but this Sarvagyaha is original Vishnu Swami. So you will ask whether he is the same Vishnu Swami of the Rudra Sampradaya. Yes, because he has given Dvaita, Shuddha Dvaita. It is Shuddha Dvaita. Now we are not speaking about the Sarvagya Muni of Buddha Sampradaya. But again here one statement says this Sarvagya Muni cannot be the Sarvagya Muni who established the philosophy of Shuddha Dvaita. So that is how here Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says this original Vishnu Swami is not the same Vishnu Swami who was given Shuddha Dvaita. And there is another Sarvagya in the Buddhist Sampradaya. But this Sarvagya, original Sarvagya, who actually established Lord Jagannath in Sundarachal. So we know that after this Snan Yatra, there is 15 days, the deities are closed. And then after that, Lord travels from Nilachal to Sundarachal and stays there for 9 to 10 days. So all these pastimes happen. So today is auspicious day of the appearance of Lord Jagannath. It is birthday of Lord Jagannath. So on this day, Lord is given bath. Generally on the birthdays, we take very nice, wonderful bath. Ceremonies are kept. Yajna Havan is kept. So holy rivers come to bathe Lord. We are seeing that live. This is going on in Jagannath Puri. Lord is brought to the Snana Mandapa. And it has been an evidence that on that place, on top of that place, it rains. Many people speak about this. Just on that place, it rains every year. So on this Stani Mandapa, which is a very auspicious place, Lord is given bath. But so much of bathing also is not good. It actually makes a person sick. He's going to take a holiday, a sick leave from tomorrow, from today itself. And then medicinal herbs are fed, the pot will be closed. And we know how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he sees the closed altar, he cannot bear the separation, goes to Alarnath and cries. And the heat of separation is embarked on the stone. The imprints are there on the stone. So in this way, today's Snan Yatra, which is conducted other places also. Many temples, ISKCON temples, we have Snan Yatra. One who cannot go to Jagannath Puri at least can come and take the fortune of giving bath to different centers, respective temples. So today at 6 o'clock, we are having the Snan Yatra. You will say, I had come from office only at 8 o'clock. Come soon. Today's day, don't miss. Because we don't have the qualification to bathe Lord, but Krishna allows us to do that. He is Adokshaja. He who is beyond the senses, material senses, is transcendental to everything. But still, just see the fortune. He's allowing us to give him bath. I still remember how this 1 year has just passed so quickly. Last year also we had this festival. And after this, on 9th July, we are shifting Lord to our new place because that is the Ulta Rath. The Jagannath Puri management committees have allowed ISKCON to hold the Rath Yatras of Lord Jagannath in these 9 days to 10 days. So we can place Lord on the chariot. Other days, then we can only have Radha Krishna or Krishna Balram Rath Yatras. So this time we are not going to do it in a very big way, only very, very confidential devotees and very intimate devotees of Lord will only come and pull the Ratha. It is not going to be a big public program where 2,000 devotees every year they come, because we don't have that much vyavastha. And then the funds, every money is very important now for us to utilize in the temple construction. And today, on the auspicious day of Jeshta Purnima, very important day, timing is also so auspicious, 2 to 3 p.m. We have Ayudha Vishwakarma Puja. The place till now, what we were doing is building the rooms, the Govindas, and those things. But today, we are going to Shikhar team has come. The Shikhar person is a disciple of Loknath Maharaj, and his only work is doing the Shikhar and the main temple. He has come with his, he will be reaching with his team before 2 o'clock. His name is Radha Krishna. Our Radha Krishna Bhatt is also going to come. So Ayudha Puja will be there, Vishwakarma Puja will be there. That means the home of Lord will be sanctified first before making the whole of home of Lord. The place will be sanctified. The Shastras, that means the Ayudha, the tools, they also will be purified and the work will start. So requesting each and every one of you to pray Jagannath that beautiful temple comes up, and let us all work for this. And please come 6 o'clock. Hare Krishna. And those who want to come for the Ayudha Puja also, please come. Hare Bol. Any questions? No questions. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhu Devacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnava.